What's up, folks? We've got the Zenith trainer for you today. If you've been paying attention, you knew I ordered this. Yeah. Let's check it out. What's in the box? Got a sticker that just fell out. We got some screws, and we've got the Zenith. Bally boot included, because God knows you need that if you're going to carry in your pocket. Did you hear that? Got a pretty interesting sound to it. Ooh, that sounds nice. Yeah, we can flip with this one. I'm not afraid to flip a trainer. Cool. So y'all are probably wondering, is this worth $60? And is it better than a Vulp? Not the Vulp Pro, just the Vulp. And I gotta say, these two could not be more different than each other in so many different ways. Let's start out with material. This is 7075 aluminium to my British friends out there. That means it's a higher grade aluminum than this boy, which is only the 6061. Still aluminium. The other thing is the design. So yeah, you've got the grooves here or whatever. I never felt these added any grip on the Vulp, and it being the lesser 6061 aluminum, which, who even gives a shit, except for your hands that can't grip it. I just didn't think it did anything, and I think another thing that is really missing on the Vulp is some sort of grip here, where, look at that, you got some speed channels. This definitely adds some grip, and it's much accepted. I definitely like that. Another thing is the machining lines on here are much deeper and you get more grip. Now, some people might say that's uncomfortable. I don't think it feels very sharp in the hand. I think it feels real grippy in the hand, and I like how that feels, along with those speed channels on the side. What I was surprised at when I first took this out, sorry, I was playing with it a little bit before I opened the box. It's really wide. I think you can see the difference in width there. The handles, you feel that, and I was like, whoa, that's really chunky and weird feeling. So I don't know if I like that, and I would say that's where the Vulp wins, is in the handle size. They seem to be more of a standard handle size, whereas Flytanium, I don't know what their deal is, but they like to put on some thicker handles. If you saw my review of the Fly 1, you'll know that those handles are way chonky. So yeah, these are kind of online with that chonkiness, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. That's where you're going to develop preference. So, if you've got a Vulp and you want something that's going to feel a lot different than the Vulp, the Zenith could be another one to add into your collection. Are you trying to decide between the Vulp or the Zenith? Again, what are your preference going to be? Do you want something with, these are a bit more standard size handles. If you go to another Balisong, it's going to feel closer to the Vulp than it is the Zenith as far as your hand on the handle. I'm not talking about material feel or any of that. I'm saying literally the width feel of a handle. A Vulp is a lot closer, if you ask me. This one just, it feels like that more rectangular feel. A lot of the handles are usually square. These are more rectangle, and they're rectangle this way, right? And not a bad thing. It just offers a different experience. It's not a standard experience. And honestly, $60 for 7075 aluminum Balisong is really cheap. I don't know of any other 7075s that are going this cheap. I'm sure there's some clones out there or something that I'm unaware of. I'm just saying, this is made by Flytanium. They're, a bigger knife maker, not a bigger knife maker, but they're not doing one-man team stuff. This one was made in China, so gets the bad marks from there. Chinese crap. Could it be cheaper? Sure, it probably could, but it is the higher grade material. Now, where is it worse than the Vulp? I will say it's worse than the Vulp right here. The Vulp has T10 hardware. Oh my god, a T10 hardware, which is very standard. The Zenith only has T8. What does that mean? That means it's going to strip faster than your mom at the club. You know who I'm talking to. So, yeah, I think that's where it's got the biggest fault, is that it's using T8 hardware, and T8 hardware just is not acceptable ever in anything. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Another thing, the factory tune wasn't like perfect, and I don't know if I'm really going to bother tuning this. I'm actually probably going to be giving this away once we hit some more subscriber milestones, so make sure you sub. Little bit of play, no tap, but I would be shocked if this doesn't develop tap after more than 2 days of me, dropping and flipping it, which I haven't dropped it yet, but let's go ahead and do it. So, one good drop there. Sorry for the sound. Still feels pretty all right. Banged it on the desk. Let's see, tap. Nope, just play, and like if you guys want to see the play there, it's not a crazy amount of play. Yeah, I like this. I'm not upset with this purchase. I think for $60, this is very serviceable. The balance, I don't mind. I think it fans really well because of the more rectangular handles, which to me, I like rectangular handles. My T7 Xiphoid has that more rectangular feel to its handle, so I personally think when you've got the rectangular handles, it allows you to get more momentum on your fans, and you can do like the ricochet fan easier. So that's something that I really like. I've got a light blasting in my face, so the flips are a little bit harder. Yeah, guys, $60. Unless you're like super not a fan of the design, this could be, your next Balisong or your first beginner Balisong. I think if you bought this as your first Balisong, you're going to go a long ways. Would you go further than you would with a Vulp? I don't know. I mean, people are able to do a lot of cool stuff with a Vulp, so I'm not saying you should never ever get a Vulp. I'm just saying if your objective is not to support Will, then, there's other things out there that might be better for you. If your objective is to support Will, I think buying the Vulp or the Vulp Pro is a great option, and it gets you an item, and it directly supports Will, who makes sick content. I can tell you, I wouldn't be making a video about this right now if it weren't for this. So don't think I'm coming out here guns a-blazing like, oh, the Vulp sucks. No, like, the Vulp is what it is, and I think it's ultimately a great way to support Will while also getting an item that lets you learn a skill, right? Are there better items out there? Sure, yeah. There's a Gaboon out there. So 100% better things in the Vulp and the Vulp Pro. We know this. It wasn't going out there to be the best anything. It was going out there to be a very competent item. And this, very competent. Anyone out there saying the Zenith sucks, I think either hasn't tried it and is just going off specs, or they tried it briefly at a show, and on immediate touching of it, it wasn't for them. And you know what? If it doesn't spark joy when you first touch it, what are you doing touching it? Get it out of your hands. Go grab something that sparks joy. If it's the Zenith that sparks joy, great. If it's the Vulp that sparks joy, great. If it's the Gaboon that sparks joy, bitch, I'm coming to your house because I got 3 of them and I want them all, baby. So, yeah. What do y'all think of this goof-ass review, this quick little unboxing of a Zenith? I want to spend some more time on this to form some concrete opinions about whether or not this is even worth it. But first impressions, I think this is worth it, and I think I'm going to be doing some fun stuff. I also have got a Prisma Pro on the way and a Polaris on the way. All of them 70-75 aluminum, because that's the only aluminum you should freaking buy in a Balisong ever. Not true, but we'll see how they compare. I'm really liking the grip on this, though. And I've heard a lot of people just not like the design in general. I like it. I think it's cool. Balisong Flipping said this is the best Balisong ever. And then he retracted that statement saying, well, that's not what I really meant. It's totally what he meant. It's the best ever. You shouldn't buy any other Balisong there is. Number 1. Beats everything, every time. That's really not what I mean. That's not true. But I do like it a lot. Do you all think we could switch these out for T10 hardware? I've got the hardware from the Vulp, and these screws are definitely much different than these ones, but maybe that's something we can try out and see if they can swap. But what do y'all think? What tricks should I learn on this? And how bad am I at flipping? Tell me down below. Thanks for watching. We're on the path to 500 subscribers. At 500 subscribers, I plan on giving away this tasty, tasty Vulp. So please subscribe for the fun, subscribe for the Vulp, and comment down below whether or not you would buy the Vulp or the Zenith. I would take the Zenith if it was, you know, just dead set between these two and I had had the experience with the two. But honestly, you can't make a bad choice, and you can hate me for saying the Zenith is the choice for me. That's fine. We don't have to agree, folks. But you do have to subscribe, like, share, and love.